So again, I would like to repeat that there is a big screen on the back, and you know, people can see there are still various chairs empty. I thank Mr. D'Amico for his initial address. Actually, piracy will be the topic of the Managing of the Risk session. This year, don't know if you'll able to attend, but just after lunch we will have people from New York, from London, from all over Italy. We'll have Admiral Very of the Navy. We'll have a Sean Cantwell, who is the liaison officer of the Sixth Fleet. So I'll, for the first time, intervene in this conference and try to make the point on the achievements about the Italian armed guards or the, let's say, military protection detachments. But let's now start, obviously we started later, and I apologize for this, with the first session. When I became, which is the infrastructural session, when I became president of the Port Authority of Naples, just after the law of introducing port authorities in Italy, I had a conversation with an outstanding Italian historian, Professor Giuseppe Galasso. And Galasso, he started to talk about the ports and under an historical perspective. And his point was that the ports were there because there was a land behind the port. There were cities, there was land, there were people. And initially I was a little bit surprised by this. The man, I didn't expect from him to get a suggestion on my job. But the more I went on with my job, I understood that he was exactly right. The ports, but not only the ports, all the shipping depends on earth, because the people who travel on the ships, the cargo, they're all originated from the land, and they're all produced or directed for a market of consumption on the land. So the sea is actually a reflection on what's going to happen on the land. Therefore, that's why the port there, the communication on the land with the ports and the infrastructures of the port are so important. Today we have a very interesting bunch of people speaking about the infrastructures, and Alphonse Guigné will co-chair this panel with me. The fact that Alphonse Guigné is co-chairman, and that we have got, Alphonse is the secretary of the Italian Ship Owners Association, and general secretary of Ship Owners Association. And he's here with Patrick Verhoeven, who is the general secretary of the Port Association. Is very important because the European Union has put the ports in the very right perspective. They are part of the trans-European network. So the ports are not only the port. The ports are just a link of a much wider network which concerns the land and the sea. Then on my right I have so Patrick will tell us about some very new guidelines which emerged during last week. So it's like piracy, we are dealing with very fresh and in some way hot topics. The guidelines on the Trans-European network as well as the liberalization of the port service are very important issues for the, not just for the shipping, but for all the European economy. On my right, I've got Paolo Costa. I remember Paolo Costa, he was Minister of Italian Public Works when I was President of the Port Authority of Naples. And he's now the President of the Port Authority of Venice. And he'll speak about public-private partnerships in port infrastructures. This is something which is particularly important, especially nowadays with all the limitations, the limits we have for founding in infrastructures. And then we have a very interesting panel, starting from my friend Leo Del Valle, who is an outstanding maritime lawyer and professor, but has been also for many years the president of one of the largest ports in Europe and the world, the Port of Antwerp. Luigi De Pieris, who is director of the African Development Bank. Filippo Gallo, who is substituting my old friend Antonio Marano, and he's the head of infrastructure of Unicredit Group. Unfortunately, Francesco Nerli, he has a minor but necessary dentist operation. So he will not be with us. He was very sorry. We had a very long conversation, and during the works I will shortly report about this conversation. We are sometimes of different opinions, but I think perhaps next year we will be arguing and discussing the point of the financial autonomy of the Italian harbors together. But later on I will make a short talk about this. And in the end we have got Gianandrea Rizzieri, who is a partner of Venice European Investment Capital, which is an investment group very focused on port infrastructure. So we have at least 3 representatives of the financial world, because to make good infrastructures, obviously you need money. I would like now to ask Alphonse to complete my presentation, and then we will hear the speakers. I also, do you have slides? I think I would like to say that we need some people, a couple of minutes to close a little bit the windows so we can watch the slides a little bit better. So if somebody could tell the girls to come in. Thank you.